Although this feature is something that usually only our commercial members like, we've found that some teachers do like to do this as well, just because they like things to be a certain way for their classroom. So if you want to edit and add in images, this is what we're going to do in this video. So what you'll do is pull up the logo file, and a lot of times in the logo file, you'll also find that there is editable clip art. And you can edit that clip art to use in your activity in any way that you see fit. And what we do, for example, for the logo, we'll highlight the logo and then change the color. We can change the font. And it will start to look like a completely different activity logo. Now, if you are a teacher seller, we do highly recommend that you completely customize and change things to look your own. You may even want to consider changing the title of the activity. For example, doing something like Find the Difference. This is your activity. You're using our template, but you can name it whatever you want. That is completely up to you. To change the color of any of our custom clip art, just make sure a lot of times the clip art is grouped. So you may have to click a few times on the actual item that you want to change the color of before you actually can get the specific section to change colors. Like, for example, if I would have just clicked on this once and then changed the fill, it's going to change all those features. Okay, so a lot of times, like I said, just make sure that you're clicking and selecting each individual section. Once you have your logo or your images that you like, you'll highlight the entire thing, right click, click Save Picture As. I'll just save it to my downloads here because we only need this temporarily. And next thing you'll do is head into the activity, go to the cell that you want to place that in, insert, image, insert image in cell, and grab your file. If you notice, this one doesn't take up as much space. And what I did for that, to make sure it takes up the entire space, first I'll insert it into PowerPoint. And you'll notice there's a lot of white space or blank space around it. So I'll just crop it. And then right click, save this again. I'll just replace the file that we just saved. Now when I go to insert this, it will take up more of that space. And you do want to make sure you do a PNG for the logos, because then that will give you that transparent background. All other images that you insert, we actually recommend doing JPEGs. The reason for that is because the file sizes are a little bit smaller, and it will help the pictures load in the sheet a little bit faster. There is an exception to that, though. If you are inserting something that has a transparent background or needs to have a transparent background, you want to use a PNG instead. All right, let's take a look at how you could update the task cards. For each of the files, this doesn't match. That's Spot the Difference. This is Win a Lotto. But what you would do is insert a text box, pull up this is the task card template. You can type your questions right in here. You could style that however you want. Again, a lot of this is customizable. So if you wanted to change different colors and features, you can do that. Okay, and then once you have all of your questions, you'll want to save all of them at the same time. So we'll go to File, Save As. choose where you're going to save them. And instead of PowerPoint presentation, you want to do JPEG. Choose save. It'll ask you if you want to do all the slides or just this one. We want to do all the slides because we plan on inserting those into our Google Sheet activity. And once you're inside your activity, you'll check the quick reference guide. The quick reference guide will easily tell you where you need to head to place those images. We'll go to insert. And if you're inserting a lot of images at once, we do highly recommend getting the bulk image uploader. And once you have all of those in, when students go to select, that will pull up. If you need it to be larger or smaller to fit your needs, you could just play around with changing the size of that. But usually it fits in here pretty well with the set dimensions. And if you'd like to put an extra border around your task card, you could do that as well. Just go to your borders and add one. And that's it for adding in custom images and logos. Don't forget, if you're inside the membership, you can always reach out in our community for support if you need extra help. And if you're viewing this video outside the membership, don't forget that you can always join the membership at sheetloadoftemplates.com/join.